It's street art.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear. Thanks.
Is that supposed to be a bar? These artist types are always so soft, aren't they? You make one little comment and their egos crumble to dust.
No matter what. Little un found his forks gutted. Didn't see it happen though, thank the gods. City's home to some proper sick bastards.
I got lost. And then when I found Mummy and Daddy again, they wouldn't get up. I shouldn't have run away. I'm sorry.
Oh, poor kid found his parents like this. It's a tragedy, yeah. But it's not like we can look after him.
Guard is busy with their patrol.
"12, 13, 14. Oh, rats, I'm short.
Fireworks never hurt anyone. That's just what grown-ups say to make us not want to play with them.
What about a lantern? Would you throw one of them?
Call like an explosive. Not a good mix.
Faces, hands, and eyebrows. How do we protect them?
Watch for wind direction. Put on your gloves. And a light at arm's length.
Very good. And what does Uncle Felogier always say?
Once it's lit, you commit.
Excellent! Now remember, Felogier's Fireworks accepts no liability for singed nails, toasted eyelashes, loss of limbs, scalded torsos, or blown off heads. Now, you there. What can I do for you?
You feel an all too familiar squirm in the recesses of your mind. He has a tadpole.
Aha! A fellow friend of Gortash. Praise the Absolute. I have a special sample, available just for you, if you wish. Aha! You must be Arthur's friend. Keep your voice down. Yes, yes, he's just upstairs, but only one flight. If you get to the top, you've gone too far. Browse as irresponsibly as you like. Just don't tell the other customers. Head on up!
Your uncle is waiting for you upstairs.
He's a bit of a genius, isn't he? At sales, not fireworks. Of course, it helps to have the only license in town to sell the stuff.
Not critical, just a bastard if it breaks. Won't blow us up.
Another friend of Felogier? All right. Just remember the top floor's off limits, password or not. Looking to buy a little something extra then? That could not be less of your business. Smoke powder in its earthier forms. For purists only. Don't jostle any of the merchandise on your way out.
Employees only, Pastia. If you're expecting any packages, they'll bring them down to you.
Yeah. Maintaining temperature. Steady at the mark.
This ain't a place you want to be skulking around.
Gonna need to take...
I like trespassers. I like the sounds they make when I break their bones.
sword and his metal toy.
Can I interest you in a copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? Oh, I'm going to join her there when the gates open. Thank you.
That's curious.
We're not lost. Just taking in the view before continuing on our way.
The lower city's a bloody warren.
Do you know how hard it was to get those cabbages into the city? Nigh on impossible.
The hostel's up that way. You won't find better around here, unless you can pay for it.
Just don't think too hard that way.
Just discussing the weather, dearie. Nothing of interest to you.
Plenty to do and see in the gate. No need to barge in on a private chat. Anyway, what you have for me?
Side of salted pork.
You bang, mate? Not a lot left. Fish, mainly. The flaming fast commandeered the best stuff, but I can show you what I've got. Tasty fish.
What the hell is that?
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods know what would have happened if you weren't here.
That was foul. All the way from its wretched tip to its vile tail.
You murdered someone in view of a guard. Perhaps unsurprisingly, you're under arrest. You try your best, but your best just isn't good enough.
Shouldn't go wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people killed.
On the half-orc's finger, you notice an unusual ring. Heavy and with a strange symbol carved on its surface.
Scurry away, good book, before I crush you.
You recall seeing this symbol on crates marked for Nine Fingers Keen, leader of the guild. The thug works for her.
Oi! Stop staring. Start walking. Last chance. Of course! She didn't tell me you were coming. Always don't let anyone through, Tuscron. Never here's a list of special guests. Confusing. Come, I'll take you to the Guildhall. Nine Fingers is inside. In you go, before I change my mind.
Oh, you rancid bastard. See? Mine's fresh.
Welcome to the Guildhall, Faerun's finest festival. As long as you're not sober.
Or able to smell.
You're all on the same side.
Wow, look who it is. Glad to see you in the city.
Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketherick's coffers. Ready to do some business? I survived the hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play. Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time.
Don't bug me. I'm making plans. Big plans, see? Top rat. Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling? Let's just say the previous owners no longer have a use for them. Got me?
If it's Uktar you're after, he's in with the Guildmaster. Not even Nine Fingers Keen can escape the great balancing of guild books.
Your eyes are going to want to wander all over this gold. It's only natural. Just make sure it stops at your eyes, aye?
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. But toss me a few coppers, and I'll shoot you a saucy wink across the bar. Very kind of you, sir. I'll be dedicating the next keening elven ballad to you. You look like the type to enjoy one.
You won't find much fun here today. Guildmaster's battened down the hatches till the Stone Lord problem's dealt with.
Guildhall is not what it was. No gambling, no blood games, not even a pissy little peacock fight. Bored.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Look now, the Guildmaster's little hunt is bringing all sorts of new faces out of the woodwork.
You can get near anywhere in the city from here without seeing daylight. Once you don't mind the tangy smell of sewer.
The Guild's no army, however tough they act. Just 20 different thieving crews come to hide behind Nine Fingers' skirts.
Do you hear the Harpers were half wiped out? We should be sticking the last of their bleeding hearts instead of guarding this place.
The mood I am in, boy. I urge you to try.
Eh? No disrespect meant, Mom.
The uniform's a bit patchy, I know. I was Flaming Fist. But the writing's on the wall there. The Steel Watch will be snatching up our contracts in no time.
Go on. Technically, I'm...
Maybe that's why this Stone Lord is pushing so hard.
Bit of a letdown, this place.
Hmm?
I know times are tough, but...
Don't give me that squint. Nine Fingers is well respected in the Zhentarim. If the Stone Lord's pressing in on her territory, we're here to help. Missed the welcome parade, did you? True, we've been better liked. On top, undisputed for years. Then you have to call the likes of us in to protect you from some shit.
Right. The names ring familiar. Two of the many crews that make up the Guild. A loose collective with ties to every criminal enterprise in the city's underworld.
Can't say I've heard of you. Spare me the story behind the name. I'm sure it's very scary. Fair warning, the Guildmaster wants no fraternizing with the Zhentarim. They're here to work, not share war stories. They won't be much use to us if they're drinking and dicing when the Stone Lord kicks the door down. The latest challenger to the Guild's position, but probably the first one to actually make us sweat. He came out of nowhere and ate up half our turf in a 10-day. So if you're speaking to the Guildmaster, maybe step soft around the topic.
Don't mind the ladies' court. Just a game we play. Figuring how we'll kill you if you cross 9 fingers.
Bare hands.
A charm, of course. And then you'll do it yourself.
No distractions, mate. 9 Fingers has me watching over Pierre Priss here. Wants her friends in Parliament close, with this new Duke making moves.
What's the point in paying the guild for protection when they've pulled back all their crews? There's a bloody army coming!
Careful around the Steel Watch. The old guard gave thieves a slap on the wrist, but those bolted bastards will rip off the whole damn arm.
It's an orphanage, Uktar. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Uktar. We're playing host to a hero. You owe me a gold piece, grandmother. When I heard you died out in the wilderness, I made an offering at Kelemvor's well.
Of gold? Oh, I did not know I meant so much to you, Guildmaster.
No, I'm terribly sentimental. Case in point, I've just let a harper walk through my guild hall, noticeably unholed. Because I'm curious about why you're here and who it is you've brought with you.
This is the one who saved my life. So really, he owes you your gold piece. But we can settle debts later, 9 Fingers. For now, we need help. We're searching for Mince of Rashomon.
A big name, that. Such information does not come cheap, High Harper. Not in normal times. Of course. Seeing as these are not normal times and we're all such good friends, I'll do better than tell you where he is. I'm bringing him here as we speak. Or parts of him, at least. I gave no orders about the condition of his corpse.
What treachery is this, 9 Fingers? Have you thrown in with the Absolute too?
Against my own city. Careful. You're in very real danger of hurting my feelings. It's Minsk who's found his faith with Faerun's newest god. And a new name with it. Stone Lord.
Lies.
It should. My people speak it in the same breath as Sarevok and Demagogon. But he's just another upstart. In his short reign, the Stone Lord and his crew have earned a reputation. Pure brutality. No survivors. And where he mows my people down, this right little cult takes root. But not for much longer. We have word on where he plans to hit next. And he'll find us ready to hit back this time.
9 Fingers. Estelle. Call off your ambush, tell us where he is, and we'll handle this.
We? I heard what happened to your harpers, Jaheira. I'm sorry, but this fight's too big for you alone. you're half the friend you're posing as, you'll tell her that her part in this is done. The Stone Lord's fate is sealed. We have a bigger war to fight. I'd rather turn our talk to that, but if you need a moment, Jaheira, well, you've earned that much. My guild hall is open to you. Have a drink, Jaheira. Have a rest. Just leave well enough alone. It would be a shame for the city to lose 2 of its heroes in one day.
There's little point in pressing Nine Fingers further. She means what she says. But we swore no vows. She won't tell us where to find Minsk? Someone else in her guild hall will. We need to be swift. I suppose we must greet the local wildlife. Guildhall is awash with ale-scented gossip at the best of times. These days, they have nothing but the Stone Lord to talk about. Ask it. You speak of a battle more than a century past. Baal's minions led us through a maze in the Undercity, older than Baldur's Gate itself. We paid little mind to the path ahead, let alone how we might return, or that we would return at all. Still, the Undercity shifts. We might search down there. Or better yet, find a Baalist to lead us.
Remember, no distracting the Zent. We want them sharp if the Stone Lord comes calling. Looking to prove yourself, are you? Carve your name in the Guildmaster's good books. Nice to see a little ambition amongst the smaller crews. I can't help you, but look around for a halfling named Tut. Nine Fingers has been known to pour her secrets in his ear time to time. Maybe because he rinses them out with wine.
See? Nine Fingers is a master of strategic. She's clever, Foz. Won't fight the Stone Lord out in the open, but she's got a spot picked out, see?
I don't care about Stone Lord Tut. Don't care about some ambush. I asked, do you eat my last pickled ooze? Huh? Bugger off! I'm talking to my friend about an ooze.
Now. He who keeps his manners keeps his teeth. Besides, you are only pretending to be as wine-soaked as your friend here.
How can you tell?
I've been to fouler festivals than this, and you have the stage presence of Volothamp Gedarm. Now, you were speaking to my friend. Politely.
Huh? Back to sleep. Look, Tut here is an old friend of Nine Fingers. Saved her as a kid or some such, I don't know. But if I don't keep him busy like she asked, he's likely to run off and try take on the Stone Lord himself. So Tut's gonna tell you what he knows about the Stone Lord. You're gonna leave us to our merry old time, and you're not gonna put my name near any of this. Yes? Tut! Stone Lord.
Stone Lord, aye. Bastard's going after the accounting house, but he doesn't know that there's just another guild operation, huh? Nine Fingers is gonna catch him with his claws in her coffers. I pity the bastard.
The counting house? But what the hell could Minsk want there?
Happy? Now, away with you. We want drink in peace.
Yeah.
The counting house. More bastion than bank, I'm afraid. Minsk must have a way in. But it's never had much use for coin beyond whatever sharp steel it could buy. There must be something in the vaults the Great Chosen are after. All the more reason to get there. Swiftly. Only what we heard from Keen. He seems to have sprung up while we were out in the Shadowlands. The Stone Lord she described sounds nothing like Minsk. As for the name, well, a bad joke perhaps. The time of troubles ended almost a century and a half ago. I weathered the years between with all the elven grace you have no doubt come to expect. But do you know how Minsk, a human, passed those years? I'll give you a hint. They named him the Beloved Ranger.
You recall the urban myth that trickled through the lower city fest halls some years back. A hero who had been turned into a statue, returning to life in the city's hour of need.
Because who would question a statue to our friend? Thinking Minsk of Rashomon had returned to a hero's welcome in Rashomon. I don't even know how he was freed. Harper work would take me from the city, sometimes for years at a time. The few occasions I visited his monument, well, I took it as a moment for reflection. To think of old friends, and the fight I had to continue in their name. And during all my self-serious brooding, that big, dumb, insufferable buffoon was staring me in the face. Ha! That was Minsk's feeling too. Perhaps I shouldn't be working so hard to bring you two together.
I love it. Who let you through? Tusgrunt? Bloody idiot.
Here's the Nine Fingers. Good luck.
If I were you, I'd turn around and walk right out of this alley. Now!
What's there?
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Bastard! Dwarf! Red shirt!
The corpse remains silent. It does not know. The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Making me soup ruined now. Killed, murdered.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
So, the Stone Lord is Minsk.
Subtle steps. Gods! What a mess.
Clown's arm. Ugh.
You do not have an appointment. What possible reason could you have to enter the presence of Mr. Carrion? A naive interpretation of the forces at work beyond your perception. No wonder you sought a hand like mine to lead you through the darkness. I am a spirit medium. One who wanders the hazy boundaries of mortality, bearing the intentions of the living and the knowledge of the dead. You do not possess the aptitude to attempt such a journey. Nor are you the caliber of client I would usually offer to escort. Is that so? Yes, I see. A brief and superficial incantation cast by only the crudest of magicians. No customer of mine would ever settle for such parlor tricks, nor would they pay for them. If that is the sum of your curiosity, then I'm afraid we have nothing more to discuss. In this life, at least. Unless, of course, you are looking for a job. Yes. My spirits stir. They think you might be capable. Very well. You may help me with a small matter. I have an assistant, Thrumbo. A conduit I used to maintain my connections with the ethereal plane. Unfortunately, he has deserted his duties. He has not gone far, but given the sensitivity of his nature, I would prefer that he is not free to roam the city. Return Thrumbo's body to me, and I will see that you are suitably compensated. It's quite simple. He resented having to work for a living. The undead can be rather lazy in that regard. He was always a simple, contented creature, a beggar to the bone. Perhaps he has forgotten how ungenerous the world can be, or simply prefers to live in the gutter. If he does not value the gift I gave in reanimating that wretched flesh of his, then I will take it back. It is my property, not his. Had I thought you were the type to shout his name from the rooftops, I would never have offered you the job. Thrumbo is not alone in his ingratitude. He has led others in my service astray. 3 of them, beggars and zombies alike. The others lack even Thrumbo's modicum of intelligence. It should be no great task to wring his location from one of them. Then, with the spirits herein our witnesses, the arrangement is made. They will follow your progress with great interest. As will I.
Arrest the smell. Some elf you are.
Not food, client.
passed by a note under that canvas. Well, hello, beautiful. If only it was fresh. Someone there? On my way.
Come closer, spirits. I have need of you.
It stinks something rotten.
Probably just a...
And what would Carrion be doing down in the ruins under the city?
Do you hear those noises coming out the old Albright place?
None shall see.
And all through
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
He was short, dressed in red. Murdered, obviously.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Dogs, ombudsman. Sort problems. Check everything.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
They've got armies.
Corpses as a statement. Someone enjoys their bloody work.
Dribble's foot. Oh, and it smells even worse than it...
What's the story? Hello, hello. Ooh, are you the new cheese dropper? I do hope so. I'm almost down to the last crumbs. Alexander was his name. He dropped all manner of morsels, but the cheeses were the best, until the Red Man visited. A dwarf, all dressed in red. He smiled and held Alexander close, and then Alexander was shouting and struggling, and soon he was all dressed in red as well. So many red morsels fell out of Alexander. They tasted like salt and rust. Very good, even better than cheese. Away. To make more people red, and to spill their tasty morsels. Go away now. Your delicious scent makes me crave your morsels, but it would be rude to bite you.
Yet. It's not a lie. If you would just listen, I could explain.
You have done quite enough explaining, Volothamp Gadam. You have poisoned the very hearts and minds of these good, kind, gentle citizens with your lies, your delusions, your conspiracies. Though you hide behind a mask of stories, we have seen beyond the veil. We see what you really are. Fearmonger. Hear, hear! Attention seeker. Hear, hear! agent of chaos.
Your parasite stirs in recognition. This man is infected.
Let the hells follow! Today, citizens, we rid ourselves of this cankerous sore. Today, we burn away all falsehoods. Today, we will be divided no longer, for today, we rise in truth!
Don't just stand there. Help me, goddamn-it! Help me!
We're not gonna let this happen, are we? Volo's... well, he's Volo.
The newcomer speaks, and speaks of evidence, and trials, and justice. And in so doing, they delay their very own salvation.
Dear citizen, dear friend, rest assured you will have your justice. But I'm afraid the time for trials has passed.
Now is the time for judgment!
No! Please! No! I would have... Gods! I really thought I was done for. I suppose thanks are in order. Again, what's an heroic story without a little risking of one's neck, eh? And you know what they say, the bigger the story, the more people want to kill you for it. I'll tell you all about it. But not here. Too many eyes, ears, and weapons about. Meet me at your camp. It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me from that mob, I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me? Quite right. But it is not Orin herself who has marked me for death. It is her dread master. The Lord of Murder has returned. As he did 100 years ago, Baal has set his accursed sights on Baldur's Gate. And his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent. Orin is his chosen. And like Sarevok before her, she is able to take on the savage form of the Slayer. If the Slayer is not stopped, it will slaughter every living thing in this city. As one of those things, I'm particularly eager to stop it. And there is a way. I have a study of the beast, penned by the wizard Irenicus himself. It contains all of the knowledge needed to slay the Slayer. Now I just need a brave adventurer, willing to face Baal's chosen, and to put the knowledge into practice. Wonderful! I can scarcely think of anyone more suitable. It will serve you well. A study of the Slayer, penned by John Irenicus. It's one of a kind, so do try to keep it away from the inevitable bloodbath, hmm? The Dream Eater. It is said the children of Baal are claimed throughout their sleep, ever disturbed by visions of a life of bloodshed and terror. Once they have seen too much, once these dreams drive their minds to break, they are beset by the Slayer. It is a beast of unspeakable violence that consumes all in its path, including the soul of the one who is host to it. A genius, Exiled from his home in the elven paradise of Soldanessala, when he attempted to seize the power of life itself, he instead turned his magnificent mind to murder on a grand scale. That is how he came to crave the power of the Bhaalspawn. He saw them not as living things, but as tools for his own machinations. In the end, though Irenicus took the form of the Slayer for himself, it was a Bhaalspawn who thwarted him, the same that saved Baldur's Gate. Quite so. I was rather hoping you'd gathered all the rest of the adventuring paraphernalia yourself. You'll need every advantage. I am a living witness to Bhaal's defeat those 100 years ago. So I know your battle against him is not futile. He can be stopped, but not all of those who stood against him survived. And those who did were never the same again. I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll be in one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
Does not come easy tonight. Your mind considers one future after another, teasing apart the possibilities. Should you face Cazador? Should you run? And what of his ritual ascension? How can you turn that to your advantage? You're weighing up your prospects when a faint noise jerks you alert. There's someone in the dark.
Shit.
Peace, brother. We're just here to take you home. The Master said you might offer to come willing, but his orders were very specific.
The Master told us to take you alive. As broken as possible, but alive.
Cazador is keen to greet his wayward son once more. With open arms, or iron shackles.
I dare Cazador to send more lackeys our way. This is our territory. I'll crack anyone who tries to come into my house and hurt my people.
Those vampire spawn came for you, didn't they, Astarion? Good thing you're charming enough to fight for.
You are asking the impossible. Gyrometics require a steady hand and a sharp gaze. I can barely keep my eyes open. I need to rest.
You have a son, do you not? Is he as lazy and pathetic as his spineless mother?
Wait! Stay your hand, I beg you.
Prinsky's motivation sequence activated.
Tell me, Gondian. Tell me about your son.
He's not... Yes, Overseer Holt. He's frail in body and mind like me, like all of us. Yet by your grace, he lives.
And your wife?
She is... was useless and interfered with production quotas. You were wise to remove her from this world. Forgive my outburst. I will work through the night. This Watcher will be operational by dawn.
I will allow it. But if your work is anything short of impeccable, your son will die screaming. Is that clear?
Yes. Overseer Holtz.
That could work. Will cause massive destabilization. Nangufkri Shavdalor. Your nervous gait betrays your presence, stranger. You don't belong here. Who are you? To the tyrants who collared me like a dog and took my daughter? No, I think not. But I do have to inform them. Your very presence here imperils us all. The Overseers, they have a contraption. When triggered, it will kill everyone who wears a collar. You underestimate the enemy. The Overseers, they are Glixbrand Rakthar. The collars are not only equipped with explosives, there is also a mechanism that alerts the Overseers if they're removed. One of us may be able to save themselves, but it would be at the expense of everyone else. We can't risk it. If it were only our lives on the line, we'd have rebelled long ago. Our families are held elsewhere. The Overseers need only activate those contraptions they hold, and they suffer the consequences of our actions too. We cannot win. We must aid in building these Vagron. Gungal. Aye. Even more, I'd help you destroy this place. I don't know where they are, but some of the Overseers must. You'll have to infiltrate deeper into the Foundry. Just make sure you don't get caught. If they raise the alarm, they'll trigger the collars. I will pray for you. My daughter. Her name is Obelia. Gondral Frakas Hulnish. May Gond be with you.
Just my luck to get assigned to Captain Crackwall.
I really need my hair doing, so you'll have to wait in line.
Oi, you! Get in the bloody queue!
It's unusual for prey to supply the tools of its own butchery. Razors, scissors, nail files. So many cuts one couldn't make. And yet, such a fleeting window. But then, who am I to deny the auspices of destiny? For we are celebrating, Master Figaro. You have the delicious honor of being my crowning achievement. Your body is my ultimate gift to my lord, Together, we shall transcend. A challenger. My lord tests me. This pit is awful. Will be your grave, challenger. Savor your final breath.
I should have known it would be you. Thank you. If it had been the dwarf alone, we might have stood a chance. But these doppelgangers, they swarmed us. We were paralyzed before we even had the chance to fight back. Good thing indeed. I was on my way to the upper city when I heard a commotion. I stepped in to see if I could help. It's not every day you have the chance to catch a killer in action. Not even in this profession. These killings aren't random. In fact, they seem to be part of some sort of test. That document you showed me before, the one with the victims' names on it, that was the briefing. The killers paralyze their victims, take their hands as an offering for Baal, and make it look like the cult of the Absolute was behind it all. It grants them access to a tribunal. From what I could gather, it's some sort of rite of initiation for aspiring cultists to prove their worth. And it's taking place beneath Candle Hallow's tombstones. Like I said before, it's not something I can look into in an official capacity. But you... It's not a place I'd ever heard of, if I'm honest. But rumor has it, there were some hidden cellars somewhere near the Elf Song. How did you... Perhaps it's best I don't ask. Do what you have to do. And I'll pick up where I left off. The upper city. When I'm done, I'll stop by the Basilisk Gate. If you've got anything to tell of your...
Guess we know what to say to this tombstone purveyor.
I must say, I'm damn lucky you showed up when you did. Can you believe what that monster was doing? Well, I'm not sure. Discounts are reserved for only the most loyal customers. The look on your face. You really thought me that tight-pocketed? Jests aside, thank you. You forever have my humblest gratitude and a most generous discount on my wares. In the face of such horror, I don't see that I have much choice. Now, how may I help you today? I sell anything and everything needed to cultivate your countenance. The best you'll find in Baldur's Gate. Certainly better than any dreck you'll pick up in Worm's Crossing. Very good, sir.
In my time.
Are the gods truly this petty?
What's that?
airlock door has red text on it reading, "All are awaited, all are embraced. None shall escape."
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone. A grasping hand, an offering vile. Enter now the dread Lord's trial.
You gaze upon murder's progeny, child.
His most ill-trusted zealots.
His faithful departed.
Prodigal servants, each returns to do his bidding eternally.
This man is known to all Baldurians, and his presence sparks dread in the pit of your stomach. Before you is Sarevok Arnchev, a Baalist who almost brought Baldur's Gate to ruin a century ago. Davella was right. Not just an imitator, but Sarevok himself.
This is the court of the Dread Lord's Tribunal. I am its custodian. Here come those who seek to transcend. Aspirants of his most profane order. The would-be unholy assassins of Baal. But these are not aspirants. You have brought traitors of Baal into our midst. Harper Worm, the abdicating hero. Your keen sense for this city has withered in your absence.
Sarevok, Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
The history they share may be long gone, but the threat of violence between them is as fresh as newly spilled blood. Neither party will let the other walk out of here alive.
What purpose do you have in bringing this heretic to the court of Baal? Speak, or death will be your final word.
You get to my age, you have already done everything. Be my guest.
And so the Grand Harper raises her weapons against Sarevok once more. Your hubris will be your undoing, as it was once mine. Only this time, you will fall, and Baal will have his offering by my hand.
I think this one is slowing me down. Oi! Citizen! Get me out of here!
Hello, chum.
Citizen! Thank the gods you're here. My wrinkles are starting to chafe. As an officer of the law, I demand you free me at once. Thanks for freeing me so quickly. No idea what those Baalist Burks had planned with me, but those chains were starting to chafe. Though I do wish you'd figured this all out before I, put the blame for Father Lorgan's murder on that poor refugee. Well, At least it's over now. After our chat at Charessa's Caress, I thought it best to polish off the bottle I'd started. I started coming over all woozy. My joints stiffened up quicker than a brothel browser's loins. Paralyzed. My vision went black. When I woke up, I was in chains. Overall, a terrible ordeal. One deserving of a drink. I bid you good day, but it's been royally shite all round. You might not be finished. I am. It's plain to see that I'm well out of my depth here. But you... well, you gave these reprobates a proper seeing to. You clearly have what I don't. Courage, insight, heroism. The city needs you. I overheard these pigs talking. There's a Baal temple deep within the old Undercity that the cult is using. A century ago, it was destroyed by a group of heroic sorts. Let's hope history repeats itself, eh?
Mind who you call history, Hollyphant.
Very good. Now, let's talk and find that temple. This place is foul as piss. I'm out of here.
Whoa, whoa, mate. This is the last place you need to be. Clear off, yeah? 2 words. Guild business. Only an idiot gets between them and their shipments. Why didn't you lead with that? I trust you're gonna balance the books too, yeah? Oh yeah, weapons, drugs, bit of fire wine, you know, the usuals. Cocky shit, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Look for striped sails, they said. Every other ship's got stripes on its sails. Like asking us to look for a fish with a tail.
If it ain't bad genes, it's too many years of salt in the eyes. Can't see further than a gull can shit.
These sad little citizens actually think we'll let them off the hook if they complain loudly enough. What dopes.
Blast it. This cargo's heavy as lead. And I've got lumbago issues.
Should have docked her under one of those cranes and let the pulleys do the lifting.
Be brief.
I think by the rules we're entitled to a break.
My last decent mate joined the Flaming Fists. Now I'm stuck with these 2 lugs.
Hey, mate, you look pretty well geared up. Could you spare a healing potion?
No, but I expect to be. Once Helbert Hume's thugs catch up with me. So rich they piss in golden pots. Or at least that's what Henrietta tells me. She's Hulbert's daughter. We was engaged, secretly, but now it seems she's set to marry Dirk Rillin. I tried to see Hen, but Papa had other ideas. If I kick up a fuss, it might blow back on Hen. She's got troubles enough. Dirk Rillin is a major arsehole. I guess you've never been in love. Ah, my favourite flavour too. Thanks, mate. Don't fall for any patriarch's daughters.
Soldier. Something over there.
Don't touch me.
I can keep going a little longer now.